Hey friends and family, this is SP News Nugget, and today you guys, we have an update on the story with the 10-year-old boy that was playing dodgeball with another 10-year-old boy. Okay, you guys, if you haven't heard the story, I am going to explain it to you very quickly. There was a 10-year-old boy and a 9-year-old boy that was playing dodgeball. One of them was African American, one of them was Caucasian. Anyway, you guys, they were playing dodgeball. One was on one side of the team, one was on the other. The African American boy had hit the Caucasian boy in the head with the ball, which is part of playing dodgeball. Somehow, the boy mother got upset because she said her son ended up with injuries to the head. He had a black eye. He had a concussion. And she said that her son had this health issue where he could not be getting hit in the head. Well, I guess the police was called. The African American boy was suspended from school for one day when the situation happened. And then after that, I guess there was some charges pressed against the African American boy, which was aggravated assault. So, we talked about this yesterday, you guys. We posted it yesterday. We did a live. A lot of people came in there. We talked about it, and we talked about it because the older people know how to play dodgeball, and it was just becoming a big hot mess. It was a friendly game that all the kids played, and somehow the mother got upset about it because she says that her son has gotten hurt from school before, not with this same child, but with another child, and she was just tired of it, and she wanted to do something about it. Well, a lot of people chimed in on it, not just on the SP News Nugget show, but on other platforms also. I told you guys that this was going to be a story that's going to have to come to some kind of result. Well, we have a result already. So I'm going to tell you what the prosecutor said. It says, now, I did not know that this story came out of Detroit, Michigan, but it's in Canton Township. But the prosecutor says that they are dropping an assault charge against a 10-year-old boy in the suburb in Detroit. The boy that was accused of hitting a 9-year-old classmate in the face with a rubber ball similar to a dodgeball. Anyway, I don't know about similar. I think it is a dodgeball. I wasn't there, so I don't know what the ball was, but if they were playing dodgeball, I don't know what ball, they had to play with other than that type of ball. Anyway, you guys, they dropped the charges, and I think it has a lot to do with people speaking about how wrongful it is and adults getting into kids' affair when they're just trying to be kids and play. And then not only that, they were trying to make it into a racial thing, like a black against a white, and then it's a kid against a kid, or and I couldn't understand it for the life of me, because if her child had some kind of health issues, why was he playing dodgeball? And why was not the school notified that he can't play that particular game, that he needs to sit out? So going against the child would not know that he couldn't play. And that was why we were talking about it yesterday. This is what the prosecutor of Wayne County had said. Her name is Kim Worthy. She said on Wednesday, there should be a better way to go forward than to take the child to juvie court. She encouraged the families to find a solution. The charges was filed Tuesday. So Kim Worthy wanted both families to come together and find another way to go about this. I did want you guys to know that they're saying that it wasn't a game called dodgeball, which at first that's what they reported and said the game was called. They're saying that this game is called tips, which on I guess how you play tips is the kids jump to catch a ball. Same thing, dodgeball, whatever. I guess you got to jump to catch the ball. But it says authority says the older boy forcefully threw the ball, leaving his classmate with a concussion. Okay, so they're still making these little endos that it was a concussion. It's called tips. We know that the game is called dodgeball. You can call it piece of throw. It's still called dodgeball. Call it what you want. Anyway, I'm glad that the families have came together. But you guys see how a little friendly game can end, and then after you have already threw out there that you were going to press charges. Well, no, that there were charges already put out there. It's not like you were just saying it. The charges was on the child. And they just take them away. You've already traumatized this 10-year-old boy that he has done something wrong. You had him on TV. This child was on TV crying, just bawling like, like, what did I do? It was almost like you can feel that he thought it was like next to, and I'm just saying, like he had did something so terrible, it was unbelievable, like he was a bad kid. And when you make a kid feel that way, especially when you accuse him of hurting someone intentionally, you've done some damage right there. You've done some damage to that kid. So even though that you don't press charges or the charges are dropped, there's still some damage to the child that you accuse of hurting another child just by playing a game. I guarantee you that this child is going to have problems playing with other kids from now on, because he's going to think that he's a bad child, and these adults done stepped in there and got things all turned around just because they want to be, maybe it's clout. I don't know. Maybe, they have a thing against a certain race. I don't know. I'm not even going to say that, I believe what I believe. I do have an opinion. But right now, I don't know. It just seems like sometimes when things get taken out of hand of that nature, you would only assume that the person has a problem with another race. So it's like if we were running, like say for instance, we were running a race and we were doing a relay race, and I'm handing you this baton, and somehow it hit you. Now all of a sudden you get a mark. Now we in court. You guys, it's got to stop. We got to stop passing this hate towards one another to our children and think that they're going to live in a better world. We're setting them up to fail because they cannot get along with another classmate. That when they grow up, you're teaching them things you should not. You want to teach your child something, teach him to read and write, teach him to get along, teach him to be social. And if he has a problem, especially a health problem, then you handle that with the right authorities, like talk to the school, talk to the nurse, because I guarantee if he has that kind of a health issue, a doctor would give him a note, and the schools will have to abide by it, because you cannot go against what a doctor says. But going against a 10-year-old boy and everybody think, okay, we're just going to chop it up and we're going to eat popcorn tomorrow all together. It's all good. No, it is, but you know what I'm saying? I know we have to go forward, but stop doing stupid stuff like that, and especially bringing these kids into it. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, you guys, I've got a lot more stories. They're definitely good stories. I'm going to get them out. So you guys, I'm going to end this. You guys be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.